Alright, so I know I'm pretty not going to get much traction as of now. Probably because I'm pretty sure Petty Patch Adams, I'm pretty sure it's Carlitos. I mean, he's been trying to fuck with me as of now. And honestly, I'd say, he's a piece of shit. And I don't deal with pieces of shit like him. I mean, he tried to explain himself, but then he goes on trying to fuck with people because he is a petty little rat. And I mean, rightfully so, he is petty as fuck. Anyway, for those who are uninitiated, this is James Robert Clark III. But we'll figure that out. Right now, I'm just... Yeah, my avatar is a bit jerky. Probably because it's either my mic or it's the system. But eventually, we'll think. Welcome to Off the Bat. I'm your host, Rickzilla, and today we're going to be looking at someone who I probably should have, I don't know, reserved. But I'm pretty sure AP crew are already past that. Assuming if AP and the crew still aren't fucking with this guy, but this is a person I've been wanting to look at. And this is for those who are uninitiated, those who are unfamiliar with this type of individual. Today we're going to be looking at James Robert Clark III. I know Adonis Paul, Virgie, Hatman, and the Daywave crew have talked about this guy for almost a year. And from what I understand about James is that he's a stalker. That's all that. He's a stalker, and he's probably a predator. Anyway, most of the videos will be from the archive channel known as the Tardonomicon, as well as some archives that probably I am so glad are existing. So anyway, let's take a look. Alright, the first video is, of course, him talking about post-racial eugenics.
Some problems with classical eugenics ameliorated by post-racial eugenics.
Yeah, it's a bit wonky since
I do have my own opinions on race. I am not a true post-racialist, so I keep...
I'll just go do this one. Yeah, that's probably not the best place to go to learn about James. No. The best place is to look at the Tardonomicon. And oh boy, there's a lot of shit we can look at when it comes to this guy. But first, we're going to see this one. This guy.
So tonight, my favorite person on Facebook.
Yeah. This is James Robert Clark, by the way. I'm getting most of this from the archive channel known as the Tardonomicon, which pretty much archives videos from lolcows, such as Address, yes, such as Negs. Well, I don't know about Shanny, but also Gasuba content. And I'm pretty sure you've probably heard about James from Hatman. And I think it's time to show the world who he is.
Shut down her profile, and I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. But what I will dedicate to her, because I was planning on doing it anyway, was a post on a page that she manages on the Women of Positive Reality, which shows the benefits of fascism over feminism. And some of these things include, well, actually all of these things include fitness of mind and body, traditional family values.
He kind of looks creepier without hair. He kind of looks like Vincent D'Onofrio in Full Metal Jacket.
Loyalty to the folk.
With this angle.
The folk. Natural organic beauty, healthy sexuality, and femininity. And the thing is, the further we get away from these things, if you notice, these are all opposed by feminism. Of course, the fitness of mind and body is opposed through fat acceptance. Traditional family values are opposed through lesbianism and the destruction of the family. Loyalty to the folk, that doesn't exist. Natural organic beauty is replaced with all kinds of disgusting bullcrap. Healthy sexuality, of course, is replaced with degeneracy and feminine.
Again, I have to stress this. This guy is extremely, and I mean extremely creepy. He gives off that vibe that he gives off that what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not saying MGTOW or incel, but he's still creepy. I mean, look at him. Just listen to his voice.
Femininity is replaced by androgyny in the feminist. So I dedicate this video to you, and you know who you are, simply because you've been such a huge inspiration to me. You have allowed me.
By the way, the woman he's referring to is Eliana. Eliana is a girl that from Argentina whom James has been stalking for 6 years. I'm not joking. He's been stalking this girl for almost 6 years straight.
Me to finally cut all ties with my past forms of delusion is what it was. Absolute delusion. You showed me the true beauty and power and showed me somebody that actually understood fascism. And you do really mean a lot to me. And I hope you do follow my channel. And I'm not going to name you, even though your name is like the female Latin American version of my name and everybody has it.
I fail to understand how the name Eliana is a female Latin American variant of James. I fail to see how. But you gotta keep in mind that this guy is extremely delusional to the point where he'll invent some weird conspiracy bullshit where he can utilize this information probably to garner some sort of repose. But how do I know? Why do I care?
Just know I wish you a happy new year, and I look forward to seeing you again next year. And all I can say is thank you for enlightening me to the power and the beauty and the truth of real fascism and real femininity. I greatly admire you, and you know who you are.
Yeah, I know this part.
A friend of mine on Facebook, who I guess I don't have to hide her identity because she has commented on a number of my videos, thank you, Eliana, brought up in a post of hers about the civilizing factors that have caused the human form to adapt the way it has. What many people don't understand is there's a lot of this nonsense about going back to the Paleolithic era and eating like a caveman and all this other stuff. But the Paleolithic era is
Oh, we're
not
back.
where humans thrived. We thrived more in the agrarian era. And the agrarian era is marked by, well, grain production and
Yeah,
a
he is
starch
similar.
based diet supplemented with small amounts of meat and a good amount of vegetables, okay, and legumes. And
Well, of course, yeah, he is a racist. Yeah, he is a racist, but he is obsessed with Eliana. I mean, he is extremely obsessed with her. I mean, he has talked about what their future would be like together. How and he has even considered wanting to go to Argentina to pay her a visit. However, Eliana has made the statement saying that she doesn't want anything. She doesn't want anything to do with James, and she pretty much hates his guts. But he still pursues her because, again, like what Adonis Paul said, James is pretty much mentally a 13 is pretty much mentally a 13-year-old. He's 13 years old mentally
exactly.
13 years old.
Now, what's funny is this lifestyle, regardless of the race, this is what you have to understand.
On Facebook, over Facebook, but the best thing I can think of when it comes to James and Eliana's relationship is that Eliana pretty much replied to a post that James made under one of her I think Eliana pretty much replied to a comment that James made under a post that Eliana made before she took down her Facebook.
Understand, regardless of the race, this lifestyle is what has formed what we would call civilization, with family units, with great advances in technology. It is the agrarian lifestyle that has caused civilization to move forward. It's what also sparked the Industrial Revolution. Ironically, what many people don't understand, the fuel for the Industrial Revolution, even more so than oil, was the potato, the starchy potato, which came from South America, which was a cheap fuel source for the worker. Okay? But what I'm going to get at is this. There's a large push by many in the nationalist community to return to a more, how can I put this, a more aggressive hunter-gatherer type loot and pillage mindset, whether it's Asatru or shamanism or things of this nature. They want to re-embrace this super primitive mindset. But this super primitive mindset, which is expressed in the barbarian people, okay, is not what will move us forward. And when we're looking at what made civilization great, it is the agrarian lifestyle, not the loot and pillage mindset of the Viking, and certainly not the nomadic ideology of things like the Mongolian people and things like that. Now, everybody knows I am a great respecter of Genghis Khan, because Genghis Khan stopped the Islamification of the world. If not for Genghis Khan, perhaps the whole world would be Muslim.
I honestly have no words for this. I honestly wasn't really paying much attention to this because, again, most of the shit that he says pretty much doesn't make a lick of sense. And he's just rambling on, trying to sound smart when he's pretty much an idiot. But to get a grasp of what James Clark is, let's go to his YouTube channel. James Clark III. But to get a real grasp of what kind of person James is, here he had a few Yeah. Most of his community posts. Here's a post I found out. One is to believe the official story of the Holocaust. Oh, okay. Mm-mm. Sorry, I'm just looking. But to get a grasp of what type of person he is, let us take a look at this guy and how crazy he is. So, the reason why I thought of wanting to cover James was because I felt like it. And I don't know if AP is still going to accept his challenge to fight him in a karate match, but this is what makes him. It's not his outlandish arguments that makes him crazy, but this is why people make fun of him.
So now Randolph Vance has promised to get a fight together at the Armory in Philadelphia. Now remember, it has to be in April because it has to be after I come back from Argentina. So yeah, I agree to fight Adonis Paul in a full contact.
Yeah, he always talks about wanting to go to Argentina to go see Eliana.
Karate match at the Armory.
Okay, so in this video, he was challenging Adonis Paul to a karate match. A fucking karate match. That's like when G-Man challenges the Geek Room to like a debate or like a wrestling tournament. It's childish. But then again, James here has like a childlike mindset. I mean, he finds 12-year-olds attractive. I mean, he had a few community posts which were deleted, but luckily Adonis Paul archived and screenshot some of the community posts he had, especially ones where he would show him liking 12-year-olds' photos on Instagram.
In Philadelphia. I have no problem with that. He challenged me. Now Randolph Vance wants to get it ready. Get me the waivers, get everything set up, and I will fight Adonis Paul in a full contact karate match. I have no problem with that. If you guys can actually set up the venue, I will do it. I have no problem with that. Is that understood? Full contact karate match, me and Adonis Paul at the Armory in Philadelphia in April, if you guys can set it up. Just get me the waivers, let me make sure they're all legal, and I'm more than willing to do it. I have no problem. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah, that's the dude. This is the guy. Oh. He's simping for Adrastia.
So sometimes it takes me a little while to find out who the trolls really are. So there was one guy, Yoko Bono, that seemed to be supportive of me, but he was supportive of me acting like a maniac. He said it was me standing up for myself, things like that. Now, at this point, I don't really care what other people think. I say what I want when I want. That's just who I am. But what I want you to know...
And yes, before you begin telling me
I don't
I'm lying,
blame
I
other
can
people
prove
for
that my family's...
I have consistently taken responsibility for my lashing out, for my venting, for what I've done. Okay? I have consistently done that. Okay? I always take responsibility for my actions. However, people that have continually harassed me to try to get me to lash out and have gotten me to lash out did so knowing that I would lash out.
And he has lashed out. But not in the way you think he does. Well, actually, he has lashed out and has had several instances. Oh, here. Yes. Hold on, I'm just looking at some of this. Oh yeah, he's into gang stalking. Yeah, that's true. No. This is not what I was looking for. This is what I'm looking for. This nugget.
Feliz cumpleaños, mi amigo.
Oh! Yeah, this is from the Tardonomicon, and this is him trying his damnedest to speak Spanish. Trying to make himself appealing to Eliana.
Amiga. Look, if I were down there, maybe I get you a piñata. Maybe I not get you a piñata. Maybe I take you out for tapas. Maybe I not take you out for tapas.
Tapas?
Maybe it's a big deal. Maybe it's no big deal. Maybe your culture is absolutely ridiculous.
He's trying to put on a fake Spanish accent. I mean, god damn it, James. You are so much of an idiot. It's funny and idiotic.
Okay, so that's enough of my comedy.
That wasn't comedy.
Frankly,
That was tragedy.
Frankly, I know I said I wouldn't make any more videos about you. But honestly,
lied.
I figured why not? I know that you had recently had a birthday. I don't know why you quit talking to me, and frankly, I don't care. I know at this point, after I've made such a monstrous ass out of myself, and
A monstrous ass out of yourself?
you know,
Dude, you were creeping on Eliana for like 6 fucking years. Before that, you were talking about Marxist ideologies. And you still look creepy as fuck. This hair proves otherwise, that you are creepy.
perhaps a llama as well. Perhaps I made a llama out of myself as well. Llamas are much more adorable than an ass. Eon. But my point is clearly, the only thing I do know is that you don't wish to speak to me. Otherwise, you would. I don't know where we stand exactly, and I never will. But I do know that you've recently had a birthday. I wish you the best. Obviously, I don't know what's going on with you down there. And obviously, with this nonsense going on in the world, I can't mention it or I'll get my video taken down and get a strike against me again. I don't know when I'll be down, but I wasn't coming down to see you anymore anyway, because obviously if you're not talking to me, I don't wish to make you feel uncomfortable. It's just I have a ticket that I can't use, and it's either use the ticket or lose the money. And at this point, I have a feeling that I'm going to lose the money, but hey, all things are the way they are, you know? Anyway, I hope you're doing well. I did always care about you. I've never people used the situation to take advantage of me and get me quite angry, and I'm very apologetic of how I acted. And being that you weren't talking to me prior to me acting like a complete ass, I don't expect
He's always acting like a complete ass. Keep in mind, this guy has been stalking this girl for 6 years. I have to repeat that because, well, dude. This is James Clark. He must breed.
Talk to me now that I'm saying this. I just want you to know I care a great deal about you. I
would consider James Clark the Lucas Werner of Philadelphia. Except he's much creepier. Actually, no, they're both creepier in their own fucking sick way.
Did, and that was the original reason I was coming down.
This guy's like in his 40s.
It had nothing to do with anything. Originally it was just because you were my friend and I wanted to see you, and then other stuff happened and I made mistakes.
There, I gotta ask you.
Quite frankly, I'm a complete idiot when it comes to you. But the fact
well, that's true. You are a complete idiot when it comes to Eliana.
I hope you get all the dulce leche you can eat.
Oh my god! Dude, stop it! I know this is an archive video, but come on, James. That was cringy as fuck. But then again, anything that James says is cringy.
All of the what's that 3 milks crap? What do they call that? I think what is that? Tres leches. There you go. Get some
Oh
of that
dear Lord.
Tres leches.
Oh
And I
Jesus
know
Christ.
you love the cacao. Other than
Oh
that,
my God. Oh
anyway,
God.
happy birthday or feliz cumpleaños.
Oh, let me look this up. I used to speak Spanish until I sold out. Hold on. Happy birthday. Oh, sorry.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Okay, he's not wrong. Okay, so he's not wrong. It is Feliz Cumpleaños, but the way he pronounces it is cringe.
That's about it. Just know that I do care about you.
I
I
know.
only made this video to wish you a happy birthday, and I know that at least in the past you liked my humor regarding Hispanic culture. Don't know if you still do.
No, she doesn't.
I think that was golden humor. Okay.
Oh, it wasn't.
But, you know, whatever. That's all for now. Taco taco.
Ah, come on! Oh my God, that was pathetic. Apparently, I'm still headed down to Argentina due to technicalities regarding airline trafficking. Before we go into...
So, yeah, this...
Oh, this was around the time when the guys at Daywave were pretty much fucking with him in regards to his fiancee Galina, which, of course, turns out to be a troll. Or actually, it turns out that Hatman is Galina.
video is quite important. You see, I'm gonna say
According to
it here,
him.
my fiance, Galina, has unfortunately been bullied off of YouTube by trolls. Okay, now these
Just to let you know, Galina doesn't exist. I think he made that up and someone was impersonating his fictitious bride to be as a way to fuck with him. Because he likes to live in his own fantasy world.
trolls are the same kind of trolls that have been bugging me for many years now. And the thing is, people want to say she's fake, she's fake, she's fake. Well, you know she's not fake because you know her. You know she's not fake enough to harass her both privately and publicly. And this is uncalled for. It is wrong on so many levels. It's immoral. And the funny thing is, you know, you guys want to pretend that you're a bunch of white knights and all these simps and whatever. You know, you're a bunch of assholes is what you are. Okay, that's what you are. You're a bunch of assholes. You're so worried about me being a stalker. I'm such a stalker. I'm a stalker. I'm a stalker. No, I'm not a stalker. And as a matter of fact, whoever the hell I was arguing with in my Instagram inbox, and I want to let this known. Look,
Keep in mind, he follows 12-year-old girls on Instagram. That's a major red flag. And he likes their pictures. Apparently... And he's pretty much denying it, saying that those were fake, those were Photoshop and all that shit. But this is the theory that Adonis Paul brought up, that the guy is pretty much mentally 12 years old. I mean, his dad pretty much blew his brains out when he was young, pretty young, and it kind of fucked with him. So, trauma may stunt your mental growth, and I guess that's pretty much what happened to you.
look, Galina's my fiance. Even if Eliana wanted me to be with her,
No,
I'm not
she
going
doesn't.
back to Eliana, ever.
Yeah, right.
Eliana will get what she deserves for that, meaning she will never have me in her life again. Ever. After she chose to pick the Daywave radio crew over me. Because, you know, I'm such a horrible stalker.
Well, you are.
Meanwhile, on Instagram, I got these people trying to intimidate me, telling me untruths about Eliana, which I know to be untruths, defamatory untruths about her family. Okay? Defamatory untruths about her family, defamatory untruths about her, saying that, you know, despite the fact that she's mentally ill, she's using everybody. You know, that's a bunch of horse, it's a bunch of horse shit. I'll say it like it is. The fact of the matter is, I'm with Galena now, okay? Leave the girl alone. You're not gonna leave her alone because you're just gonna push it and push it and push it and push it, because that's what you people do. But the thing was, what's so humorous is you're so great people. Now, this is what I find funny. I was watching a Daywave radio show. Occasionally, I watch them, skim through them after the fact, whatever, see if I was mentioned, because I really don't like being mentioned on the show.
Well, I could see that. You don't like it when people call you out for being a complete and utter creeper. And I see that with most cows who come on YouTube trying to look for some form of validation. Dude, you're not slick, James. You're not that slick. You're pretty much transparent. And we can see right through your bullshit. Alright.
After they've defamed me to the level they did. And I actually agreed not to go after them. And I know somebody on the show knows that, because I cannot find an attorney that will agree to go after them without going after Eliana. And I don't believe that Eliana deserves any type of legal repercussions or any type of anything from this. Because I take responsibility for how things turned out with Eliana. I do. Okay? I do. I think it was my fault, especially considering the age difference and things of that nature. And no, she was not a freaking child. Okay? She may have...
Yeah, she was. She was pretty... I think for 6 years, you were stalking her when she was like 16.
Have been 19 when I started talking to her, just turned 20. I don't really know. She may have been. I don't remember exactly how old she was when I was talking to her. But 19 is consensual age in both Argentina and the United States. So there was no freaky business going on between her and I. And you know what? That's what really upsets me. But the person in my Instagram inbox saying these disgusting things about her, these disgusting things about her family, and at that time I knew Eliana was done with me anyway. But as soon as they said, you know, they were her boyfriend, and I have proof, I immediately said, okay, I'm not going to pursue this anymore. She can be happy. She doesn't need me to be happy. I was concerned about her. I immediately made a video about it, telling the guy, you know, I hope he's taking care of her, meaning Eliana, not Galena, of course. But I was concerned about my friend, Eliana. And I even told this person, once I realized that it was a bunch of horse shit, I told him flat out, and I'm pretty sure it was Royce Lopez, because he was trying to convince me into not pursuing legal action against Royce Lopez. I stated flat out, I'm like, look, I said, look, leave my friend alone, you fat, greasy fuck, basically. I said, leave my friend.
You were thinking of another word to describe Royce Lopez. I don't need to, I don't need to know what you were thinking, but pretty much, Daywave has told you, Royce Lopez and JJ Stoner, they have pretty much told you to leave Eliana alone. Hell, they brought on Eliana to admit. Actually, no, they brought on Eliana on one of their programs to get the ask how she came to know James, and she has admitted to the fact that James has been stalking her for 6 years and still continues to stalk her. And she pretty much has disavowed James long ago. She has come forth and said that he finds him creepy, he finds him deplorable, and most definitely, she doesn't want anything to do because he's a creep, a stalker, and an overall bad guy. And he's also a predator. And she has also even partook in trolling him and fucking with him just to get him to leave her alone. Which I kind of respect because fuck James Clark.
Alone, you fat, greasy fuck. I want to be careful with what I'm saying because I don't know what YouTube standards are exactly. They keep changing them. But that's what I said. I didn't say, leave my biatch alone or anything like that. No, I said, leave my friend alone. Because
Again, you and Eliana are not friends. She hates your guts. She'll continue to hate you until the end of time.
Regardless, if Eliana wasn't my girlfriend at that time, not now, at that time, I considered her my friend. And I didn't care for the fact that she was being exploited by a bunch of fat, self-hating minorities on a program that want to pretend to be conservative white people. Okay? So my point is, and this is the thing, I'll get back into the, I tuned in the other day, I'll leave a link in the description. There was a young Hispanic girl, same phenotype as Eliana. See, people don't understand.
Galena.
I'm Hispanic. My family came from Brazil. My mom's family.
His family came from Philadelphia.
Family came from Brazil. Not all Hispanics are phenotypically mestizo or castizo or anything like that. But this young lady was obviously phenotypically a mestiza or a castiza, like Eliana. And, Royce Lopez is on there talking about how she looks Asian, and he's using racial slurs, asking if she's this racial slur or that racial slur. This is what people don't understand.
I get it.
I'm not anymore. My views have moderated over the years. I used to be, and I'm not even gonna deny this. I used to be a neo-Nazi skinhead.
And I saw that from the archive, from the Tartanomicon. And you still have those ideologies, James. And yes, Claudia's right. James and Eliana have never met IRL. She replied to a comment he left under a Facebook post, and that's pretty much it. Since then, he's been obsessed with her.
When I was a teenager, okay? Even at the height of me being a neo-Nazi skinhead, I would never use terminology like that to describe a young lady. Okay, and on top...
Exactly, he is a delusional weirdo. And honestly, it is scary to know that there are so many videos where he is pretty much going against the grain, going against ideals, regarding privacy, regarding Eliana's privacy, and she has talked up so much shit about him since she went on Daywave. And every time Daywave used to play the videos, James would always come into the comments section, and then he would go and then Eliana would come in and probably antagonize him. I mean, he's been doing that on AP's channel. He's been doing it only on Daywave and Adonis Paul. And oh my god, it's crazy. He's crazy.
On top of that, if you ask people probably even people that know me now, I am a chauvinistic person.
Chauvinistic.
Okay? So, you're talking about a chauvinistic neo-Nazi skinhead that would not use terminology like these people used to describe some young lady on the internet. Okay? Absolutely disgusting language from them. Absolutely. But more importantly, this young lady is the same phenotype as my former friend, Miss Morales. Okay?
He's referring to Galena. He's referring to Galena at this point. This was around the Galena saga, where James was pretty much being catfished. I think James was being catfished at this time. And this was before he found out that Galena was actually Hatman. Or someone told him that Galena was Hatman. Much like a Drazia, James goes through these phases where he pretty much will believe in anything random trolls tell him in his comments. I don't think he live streams. I don't think he knows how to live stream. Or if he does, he probably won't get as many viewers, since a majority of people on this side of YouTube pretty much despise his ass. Even though he's not well known by other communities, but hopefully soon that'll change. Hopefully more people will know who he is and hate him as well.
Disgusting way in which they speak about people. And I know what that was about. Whatever it was, and this has gone back years, even when I was actively very good friends with her on social media, and when I was planning on going down there, and when she was expecting me to come down there. That's all real, okay? The thing is, people couldn't handle the fact that she would talk to me. And they have this delusion that if they can stop me from talking to her, that she'll magically want them. Well, no, she won't.
10 years? 10 years. Jesus Christ. I thought it was 6. But 10? Holy fuck. Holy crap. So, he was like 25 when he started when he started looking at when he started following Eliana. And Eliana was like 12 or something around that time. Now she's 21 or 22. So he's been creeping on a 12-year-old back. So he's been creeping on a 12-year-old 10 years ago? Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, Platty, yeah, again, like this stream, and also, if you wish, feel free to share this shit around and let everybody know that we got this thing going on, because everybody needs to know who this freak is. Everybody needs to know what kind of person James Robert Clark is.
Okay? And the same thing goes for my fiancée, Galena. Leave the girl alone. Leave her the hell alone. Okay? You know she's real enough that you're bothering her. She's received derogatory remarks about her religious affiliation. All sorts of crap. All sorts of crap. Okay? It's not okay. It's not okay at all. Okay, and I'm saying that. You'll keep doing it, but it's not okay. You bullied her off the internet, and, you know, I'm the kind of person, you know, like with Eliana, don't mess with my people. Don't mess with my people. Please, stop screwing with my people.
They're not really his people. He's not really Hispanic. At least I hope he's not. Because even if he is Hispanic, we probably would disavow him immediately. Even if he is Hispanic, we'd probably disavow him.
Okay? Because you know what? If you start this defamation crap up again, and you start defaming me again, and it doesn't involve Eliana, well then, you know, an attorney probably would like to go after that without going after Eliana, because there's no reason to go after her in that situation. Okay? But the point is, the whole thing protecting Daywave Radio is because I don't want to harm somebody that I don't think really did anything all that bad.
I agree. Platty. He is extremely repetitive. He is basically the definition of insanity. He repeats himself over and over again, and he hopes for a different result.
Really. Okay? But what Daywave does by directing these trolls to people like me and directing them to do these things, this girl did nothing to nobody. You don't know this girl. You want to call her things like a tulpa, a Tibetan thought form. You want to state derogatory statements about her religious affiliation. You know, these are all things, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Well, you don't allow other people freedom of expression or freedom of speech. You use your little troll army to shut people down. Okay? Now, this girl didn't even attack anybody or anything. All she did was say that she loves me.
Again, the whole Galena thing was pretty much, I guess you could say, a catfish. He was catfished by someone pretending to be a girl interested in him.
She didn't do anything to anyone, and she's not trying to hurt anyone. She's an innocent person, and I'm not going to give any of her. She's terrified of you people because you're a bunch of evil, evil people. I mean, you are. I don't. This is the thing. I don't even believe in good and evil, but objectively speaking, you people are terrible people. Terrible people. Okay? Morally reprehensible people. Okay? There's no reason to direct these people to harass people the way that you do. And it is you doing it. Okay? I know who's behind it because I've been putting up with this crap for years. There's been a lot of slip-ups on the various programs. I have a lot of friends that I have directed, some of them that actually do work in intelligence, that have been, or did work in intelligence, I should say, that have been watching this program, have noticed slip-ups, have noticed mentioned comments about how I've been being stalked for years, how my videos have been being downloaded for years, okay, and how I've been targeted for years.
Yeah, he was into that whole gang stalking shit. Yeah, it hardly matters since nobody really went.
There are also other people. This is the thing. When you start going after one person, it starts bringing the attention of other people to them. Other people that have been victims of this crap that have better tech skills than I do have also traced down a lot of stuff. They know who a lot of these trolls are. They know their names, their physical addresses, and everything else. My point is you're not as anonymous online as you think. And somebody like me or my former friend Eliana that aren't anonymous online, we actually put our stuff out there because we figured, why bother? Okay? Now, luckily, Galena is not as stupid as Eliana. Galena is not going to be going on Daywave. Galena does not believe anything these idiots are saying. And Galena is not a moron. She wants to be my wife. She will be my wife. And guess what? I will definitely enjoy working with her and exploring breeding.
Oh, he needs to breed. Oh, no. He said it, boys. I know. Same here. And speaking of which, breeding. He said it, boys. There it is. He said it. He said breeding. And now, I'm glad you brought that up, Platty. Because here's a video that I found which was hilariously funny. Is when he challenged, or he accepted Royce Lopez's challenge to fight in like a MMA fight. Oh my God, he is so gullible that he'll believe in anything other people tell him. He is that desperate for attention.
Royce Lopez, I accept your challenge for a sanctioned mixed martial arts fight. Let's make it happen, buddy. I accept your challenge for a sanctioned mixed martial arts fight. If you want to challenge me, set it up, buddy. Let's make it happen. Don't be a coward like Adonis. Make it happen, buddy. Sanctioned MMA fight.
Who thinks like this, Platty? Honestly, who thinks like this? Who thinks that they can challenge anybody to an MMA fight? This isn't like fucking Cobra Kai. This ain't blood sport.
Okay, set it up, and you'll see what happens. I don't mind, just has to be a clean, legal fight. And the reason I want these stipulations, the reason it needs to be sanctioned, and the reason it needs to be legal, is so I don't go to prison. That's where the stipulations come in. And you people would know this if you knew a damned thing about the martial arts community and how fights have to take place. But yeah, if you want to fight me in a mixed martial arts match, I've done mixed martial arts fighting before. It's
Prove it. Was she a great big fat person? Oh my god. Battle of the Titans. Oh my god, these comments, they're just so hilariously dumb. And that's the thing, he is fucking dumb. Taco, 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 taco. Arriba! Taco, taco, taco. Taco, taco. Alright.
So I restarted up jiu-jitsu so that I'm prepared for Royce's MMA challenge, and now Adonis Paul. It's not my first love. I don't care about mixed martial arts. I've never professionally done mixed martial arts. But yeah, I've done mixed martial arts. I don't mind grounding and pounding you if you want that to happen. If you want it to happen, just make sure it's legal, and I'm down, dude. I'm down. I'll ground and pound you into the ground, dude. You want to frickin' challenge me to a mixed martial arts competition? You. Okay? Make it happen. Make it happen. Come on. Make it happen, fatty. Make it happen, fatty. Make it happen, fatty, fatty, fat, fat.
Dude. Now let's get back to the breeding.
But my point is Daywave are a bunch of fake conservatives, fake people pretending to be conservative white people, pretending, the derogatory things they say about people is over the top. As I said, yeah, my views have moderated a lot regarding race and things of that nature and the coexistence of different people. But, you don't say things like,
Oh my god, dude. No one can whoop Jean-Claude Van Damme's ass. That's Royce Lopez's role model. According to several Daywave tropes. Back when he had that, Troopers! I just received new orders notification for when someone donates a super chat.
like that. You don't say things like that about, even like, honestly, I'm even pissed off about what they said about this girl the other day. I just watched it, but yeah, you shouldn't talk about people like that, especially when you're a fat, greasy something or other that I can't say because it's...
Yeah, about that. Look, has James ever looked in the mirror?
It's a racial slur.
And now let's see where the fun begins. Let's see.
So one of the trolls said that I should fight what's his name? Conor McGregor. I don't follow mixed martial arts. I haven't for many years. Okay, I haven't ever really. I'm not really a fan of mixed martial arts. But this is what you have to understand.
I mean, I don't usually watch Royce's show either. I just prefer watching the recaps or the replays of Royce's show, of Daywave, whenever I feel like it. But when they're usually about Adrastia or James, I can watch it. Same with ROTC, ROTC. I don't usually watch ROTC that much anymore. The only times when I watched was when there were like recaps or like recaps from when they were covering this guy that goes by the name of Dayton Hypernova, or Earl Schultz, a guy who cross-dresses and blamed his family of abusing him, or some egghead wannabe named Theodore Beale, who went by Vox Day, who is now dubbed who was dubbed Teddy Spaghetti because run. Yeah, those were the times when I used to watch those clips, and they were funny.
I was not challenged. Number one, I'm not a professional fighter. In fact, I'm actually fairly out of shape to be fighting. It's been years since I've been in a karate match, and it's been even longer since I've been in a legit street fight. I've been in thousands of fights in my life, and I'm going to explain some things. So one of the trolls said that, a karate practitioner will always lose against a Muay Thai fighter, a wrestler, or whatever. I forget what else. Look, number one, once more, I'm not a professional fighter. Me taking on Conor McGregor is not going to end well for me. I'm not in the proper fighting shape to do that.
I'm pretty sure he would whoop Conor McGregor's ass. I mean, Conor McGregor has pretty much lost his mojo. But then again, even with Conor McGregor still in his prime, he'd still get his ass whooped, regardless on whether or not Conor McGregor still has his fighting technique or he's still in shape. James will ultimately lose.
I have never actually been a professional mixed martial artist. I have better things to do than get Alzheimer's disease and severe brain damage. I'm a karate practitioner, okay? That's what I do, okay? I haven't even done that in a long time. I do karate exercises to keep myself in shape. I was challenged by Adonis Paul. Adonis Paul pretends to be a karateka. He pretends...
Karateka? Oh my god, dude. Stop using language. You're not good at it. Don't ever say that, James. It makes you sound cringy. But then again, you're already cringy as fuck.
Pretends to be proficient in karate. He puts a little animated sequence on his show to showcase his fake karate skills being done by his fake cartoon self. Okay? I wasn't challenged by a professional mixed martial artist. Now, let's get into why karate fighters tend to lose against Muay Thai fighters. A lot of karate practitioners these days are not taught hard karate. And a lot of the stuff that's put on the internet is done to showcase things that aren't karate. So they purposely will set people up to lose fights so that it looks like the non-karate martial art is superior. In the situation with grappling, now a lot of people will say, oh, well...
Okay, this was boring. So I'm just going to look at this one.
So Adonis Paul accepted my challenge. Okay, I'm down with that. So what has to happen now is Royce has to get the venue together. He has to get everything together, get the insurance together, get the waivers signed, all that stuff. It has to be a nice legal fight so that nobody goes to prison, because I don't want anybody to go to prison. The other thing is it has to be in April, because it has to be after I'm done in Argentina, because it has to be after I visit Argentina. And yeah, I'm down. Remember.
How long has James ever made this point, saying that he's going to Argentina? How long has he said this statement? Like he's saying, I'm going to Argentina. I'm going not to go see Eliana, but I'm going to go there for the view. I'm going there for the tapas or whatever. The taco, whatever the fuck he said. That was cringy as fuck. You're not going to hamper my progress. You're not going to stop me from going to Argentina. How long has he been saying that?
The loser will be determined by knockout or technical knockout. No point fighting bullshit. Only knockout or technical knockout. Now Royce needs to get the venue together, he needs to get the legal paperwork together, and he can donate the money to any charity he wants to. I'm down. You accepted the challenge? And
that's the thing, Platty. Why does Royce have to do all the work? Why can't AP put in some effort? Why can't Hirsch throw in a few bucks? Why has it got to be Royce? Why does Royce have to do all the heavy lifting? No pun intended.
down. Full contact, bare knuckle, no gear, no headgear, no gloves, no chest protectors, no shin guards, no footsie things, none of that crap. Okay.
So you want it to be bare knuckle brawling? Even if Adonis Paul claims that he is a fighter, which, well, he is a fan of Cobra Kai, but even so, even if he didn't have like a heart problem, even if Adonis Paul didn't have a heart condition, he'd still whoop James's ass. The fact that Adonis Paul has a heart condition and he goes around boasting, trying to fuck with him, it's funny that James actually believes this crap, knowing that AP is not in the best shape. Neither is Royce. And you're lucky.
Okay, no gear, full contact, bare knuckle, bare feet, and preferably I would even like to throw elbows and...
Oh, I can tell it hasn't ended, laddie. I can tell. I mean, he's still talking about Eliana, even if he hasn't mentioned her by name.
Knees, because my style does use a lot of elbows, knees, headbutts, things like that, and I would like to include those...
Oh, are you talking about the karate thing? Dude, I'm pretty sure the whole karate thing started probably as of recent. Probably last year. I'm pretty sure the karate thing probably happened last year. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't put it past James. He claims to be a karate master, but I think he only goes for the junior karate shit. Like Taekwondo.
Is in there if that's cool. But yeah, I mean, seriously, if you want to fucking agree to this, dude, you agreed to it. You threatened me first. You challenged me first.
Yeah. Oh, are you talking about the Argentina? Oh, my bad. I wasn't really. Oh, the Argentina thing? Yeah. That's something else. I don't know what makes a person say that he's going to go visit someone in Argentina, even though he doesn't really mention it. But if I were to be a betting man, he probably started doing this probably around like 2020. Or like before the lockdown, before the pandemic.
You were agreeing to fight me on my terms. Bare-fisted, bare-footed, okay? Bare elbows, ideally, but I know you're not going to agree to eating an elbow, okay? I know that. But the thing is, you agreed to this. You accepted the challenge. Get Royce off his fat ass to get the venue together and the legal paperwork done, and it's on. Has to be in April after I get back from Argentina. It's on, Fruity. It's on.
Dude,
Paul apparently wants to take me on too. Now, let me point this out. I'm not throwing down challenges to everyone or anyone. This isn't...
Oh my God, Platty! That's a good one. That is a fucking good one. He should fight karate. He should fight Vaughn. I mean, Vaughn claims to be the Kung Fu master. I mean, he fought in the Cold War. If it wasn't for him, we'd be Russian. We'd be drinking vodka.
My thing. I don't go on the internet and challenge people to fights or any of this crap. This all started because Adonis Paul threatened to come up to Pennsylvania and mess me up because I was telling the truth about Delta 8 THC, and he was concerned it would cost him money from his sponsors, okay? So that was how that worked out, is he started mouthing off and saying he was going to mess me up because I was pointing out the truth about Delta 8 THC and the fact that it can be, you know, it can have carcinogens and all sorts of poisons in there, and it can be a very dangerous substance. There's been a number of people that have overdosed on it and things of that nature. So that was followed by Royce.
You know, James, nobody gives a fuck about that. But you're basically using this as a way. It's the fact that you pretty much use that argument as if you had some sort of moral high ground against Adonis Paul. That's why he was pretty much going off on your shit. Because you think you're better than him. When in actuality, James, you are beneath him. You are the shit beneath his shoe.
Then, of course, Adonis Paul said he was going to challenge me to a karate match, which was followed by Royce Lopez saying that he was going to sanction the karate match and that the proceeds would go to charity. Mind you, her honeymoon fund is not a charity. If you're going to donate into a charity, make it something like St. Jude's or something like that. But the thing is, it's all bullshit anyway. Neither of you are going to follow through with it. So today, Royce Lopez starts Daywave challenging me to a mixed martial arts fight. So apparently his fat ass has connections in the mixed martial arts community in Orlando, apparently. Not that I care. I have connections in the mixed martial arts community. It doesn't really matter. Everybody at this point has connections in the mixed martial arts community. Everybody's doing mixed martial arts. I don't care. What's funny is Royce Lopez outweighs me by like 4 times. I don't know what he weighs, but he's got to be like at least 350, 400 pounds, okay? Doesn't matter to me. I'm used to training. I'm used to grappling with guys that are 350 pounds and plus. A lot of the guys I would grapple with were much larger on purpose, okay? It's an on-purpose thing, and there won't be much grappling happening. I'm just taking the jiu-jitsu to make sure I remember how to reverse the different holds and stuff like that. But I'm practicing my my iron palm. I just moved from the intermediate to the advanced. I was actually just doing the intermediate to keep my hands in shape so I could squash somebody's head like a grape. All
right. I'll see you later, Platty.
Yeah, I'm still, I'm in pretty decent shape compared to Royce. That's the whole thing. So I think he confused sumo wrestling with mixed martial arts. I think he thinks he's going to sit on me and break my ribs. That's probably his plan. He's talking about this Kimura crap. Okay, dude, the fact that you weigh like 450 is ridiculous, but it doesn't intimidate me. You're the one that's intimidated. I can hear it in your voice. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. The more you say you're not scared of me, the more it proves you're scared of me. Now remember, we need a neutral venue, not JJ's Friends Gym. It has to be a neutral venue. Okay, and I still think it's ridiculous that I'm traveling after this all started because Adonis Paul threatened me. Okay, it's ridiculous that I even have to travel and put up with the frickin' traveling expenses and things like that. That's absurd. This all started because Adonis Paul ran his mouth. I don't care. I'll do it. I'll eat the costs. I'm used to fighting. I've done a lot of fighting in my day. Okay? A lot of fighting. It's no skin off my ass. Okay? The traveling beforehand is a little...
I doubt that James here has been experienced in fighting. I doubt that he has done a lot of fighting. I mean, from what I hear, he has been in the nut house probably more than once, but that's either here or there.
A little ridiculous, especially because you guys are going to get your little refreshments and all that. But yeah, I can deal with it. I've dealt with worse, whatever. Whatever, dude. You want to challenge me? You challenged me. You threw down. You challenged me. Let's see if you throw down, because I don't think your fat ass is gonna. Hola, Eliana. Okay. So, unfortunately, I could not get my refund on my ticket, so I got another extension until 2022, when I still won't be able to
I'll be right back.
Argentina. But it's just got to do with the technicalities of how I purchased the ticket. Yay! But what I would like to let you know, look, if what happened was that you were talking crap about me to people because you were frustrated with me, and then one of your stupid semi-homosexual, Star Wars loving, Lord of the Rings loving dork friends thought they could get laid by screwing with me in my comments section of my videos, and that's what happened. I'm not mad at you about that, but I think what is frustrating is when you said that you did not know who these people were, and then you said you were still single. Okay? That's what led me to believe that maybe there was more to the story than what they were saying. Now, I'm not mad because I did think it was my supervisor, and I still think my supervisor and my former employer did play a role, and I think that there's a lot that there is going on that has to do with them. And maybe it was just two separate groups of people screwing with me at the same time. And even if it wasn't, even if it had nothing to do with my former employer, being that they're wretched, horrible, rotten people, and they're festering sore on the face of my county, it's not like they didn't get everything they deserved anyway. But what I would like to know is, why do I have this Argentine moron speaking Mexican in my comments section? Okay? That's what I'd like to know, telling me I'm not your type. Okay? I grasp that I'm not your type. I grasp that I'm not into the Star Wars and the Lord of the Rings and the demonic baloney nonsense enough for you to like me. Okay? I get it. I get it. I also get that whoever one of those people that was speaking Mexican in my comments section had to say, they were frustrated that you were speaking to that dude Brian Averin, who's into all that frickin' conspiracy theory, anti-Mason, supercalifragilistic expialidocious nonsense. I dig that. Okay? And I'm not mad at you, but what you have to understand is, unfortunately, why did I buy this ticket? I did not buy this ticket to see you. I bought this ticket because somebody who I thought was a member of your family, because that's how they were representing themselves, was threatening to murder me. Okay? Somebody, speaking Mexican, okay, threatened to murder me several times in my comments section of my videos, okay? They said that if I came down there to see you, which I was not coming down there to see you, what got me to get the ticket was they kept threatening to murder me. And I'm not somebody who responds kindly to somebody threatening to murder me. Okay? That's what that was about. I was not coming down to see you, and I'm still not coming down to see you. I have no reason to see you. You clearly don't want to see me. I wish you hadn't told me you were single. I wish you hadn't told me you didn't have children. Now, you might not have children.
Oh, so it's Eliana's fault that she led you on. This is the thing I see with all these lolcows, is that they pretty much like to shift the blame onto other people. And I guess it's pretty much a sense of insecurity. I mean, how many times have I heard Shani project all her insecurities onto, well, most of the people who cover her, the reaction community? How many times have I ever seen G-Man or Rev or even Von Helton shift the blame onto everyone else? It's the trolls' fault. It's the haters. Anybody else that isn't you. Yeah. I'm beginning to get a grasp of what type of people these guys are. And honestly, it's sad. That's the word I'm looking for. It's pretty much sad.
And that's fine if you don't have children. But you should not have told me you didn't know these people when it seems like you did. Okay? Especially because they're turning up in my comments section again. Okay? I'm stuck coming down. Probably when I'm like 60. But, you know, whatever. I mean, if it turns out that you knew these people, like it seems you did, and it turns out that this is the result of you talking shit, okay, and then one of these semi-homosexual fruitcakes thinking that they're going to get laid by harassing me, so they start harassing me, and then you don't take responsibility for the role you played in it, and you just let this drag on for years, that moi and toi, truly are finito then. We are muy finito, baby. Okay? I don't have a problem with not seeing you. I have no desire to see you because you don't want to see me.
We all know damn well that this is just bullshit. And he's just butthurt because Eliana told him off.
That was the whole deal. I mean, I don't know what you have going through your head, but I did not want to see you if you didn't want to see me. I've been saying that from the beginning. I care a great deal about you, okay? And I guess I'm just not dorky enough or semi-retarded enough or limp-wristed enough or what have you, or do not appreciate the arts enough or some other gay bullshit. But the fact of the matter is, you know, if you didn't want to see me, and I said this from the beginning, you don't want to see me, I don't want to see you. Now, it's not 100% true. I still want to see you, but it's not the point. The whole point of seeing somebody is if they want to see you. If you truly do not want to see me, I don't want to see you. Bippity boppity boo. Okay? And that's just the bottom line. I mean, it's just really frustrating that this all starts all over again. I'm going to be getting harassed by these goddamn Mexican speakers in my comments section. Okay? I don't know if it's Juan Ramon or Jorge or Miguel or whoever, but I don't appreciate it. You dig what I'm saying? I really did respect you. I still do respect you. I don't respect you very much anymore if I find out that's the case.
You know damn well that Eliana doesn't respect James, right? I know it's just myself, but hopefully if this goes around and anybody watches this, the replay, you understand so rightfully that 10 years this shit has been going on. Well, 3 to 6 years since he's been stalking her, but he's been looking at pictures of her from 10 years ago and pretty much liked them. Now, what does that say about James? what does that say about the type of person James Robert Clark is? Hopefully soon. Hopefully someone will answer this once this shit gets out. But I'm not gonna press my luck.
But I truly do care about you. I truly do think you're a special person. I truly don't understand why you waste your time with people like this. I cannot comprehend that. That is something I never could comprehend. Your obsession with these skinhead retards and these neo-Nazi retards and these frickin' Latino semi-retarded I want to be a conquistador retards. I can't grasp that. I can't grasp that. And that is where we're different. I can't understand that level of where you're coming from. Okay? But where are we alike? We're alike in a lot of the things we do enjoy. We're alike in a lot of our viewpoints. We are very alike in many, 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 many ways. If you're honest with yourself about who you truly are, you will see you are a lot more like me than you are the people around you. And honestly, I don't even think you have autism. I think what's going on with you is you're just more fit for Anglo-America than Latin America, and you're not all about the let's violate everybody's person.
I fucking hate these bots that keep coming up in our chats. It's not funny. It's just stupid. And honestly, YouTube should look into how these things. YouTube should start looking into bots that keep appearing in
personal space, huggy, kissy bullshit, and you don't fit in. It's like fitting a square Eliana in a round Latin America. It no work. It no work. No. But, look, flat out, kiddo. Please, I just hope that you truly did not know these people. But I think you did. I think you did. And if that's the case, you don't have to worry about me coming down to ever see you. Okay? You don't have to worry about me ever trying to communicate with you after this video if that's the case. Because if that's the fact, if the facts are that you knew who these people were, and you lied to me and said you did not know who they were, and you purposely told me you were single, right? You said you were single. And you had no children, because they were saying you had the children, and you were living happily ever after with your little boyfriend, and blah, 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 bippity-boo, okay?
God, his accents are so cringy. Every day, this guy makes himself look more like a bigger ass than he already is.
And you took it up on yourself to say you were still single, and you did not have the childrens. Okay, that's what you said. That's what you said. You said that. Okay, if that's what you said to me, can you understand
So
maybe
Adonis Paul has
how
resorted
I
to
might take that as you don't know these people, if you say you don't know them, and that you might be interested in having me come down if you say you're still single, and that you do not have the children, because there would be no reason to say that. Okay? But, and I want to make this very important. This is very important that you understand. That ticket that I bought on the spur of the moment was not to see you. It was because I had some jackass in my comments section threatening to murder me.
Honestly, I would ask him to show the proof of this person threatening to murder him, because he's pulling off a Mary by saying this shit. So again, it's up in the air. But then again, knowing who James Robert Clark is, I guess you could say that this guy isn't grounded in reality. I mean, He still thinks he has a chance with Eliana. He still thinks that he could fight Royce Lopez and Adonis Paul. He still thinks that the age of consent is 14 in Argentina. Or 12. Either way, this guy is a danger to himself and everyone else around him.
Again, one more time. I don't take kindly to people threatening to murder me. Okay? That's why I got that ticket. Okay? Because I'm not a cowardly little limp-wristed piece of crap like the people you hang around. Okay?
We're not the cowards here. You're a coward for not living up to our expectation when you say that you were going to fight Royce Lopez and Adonis Paul, and then when you go on making excuses saying we have to schedule it for April because we have to do it when I get back from Argentina, which of course you're never going to go to Argentina. It's never going to happen. Even if we aren't in a pandemic right now, your chances of going to Argentina are none to slim. And I think this is just sad and pathetic, and it goes to show how desperate you are for attention. I mean, I know this is from an archive channel, but still, every time I look at James, every time I look at how stupid he makes himself sound, he comes up with the most ridiculous statements that pretty much are complete nonsense. He comes off as delusional to the point where fiction and reality are pretty much null and void. Well, reality is null and void. He pretty much allows himself to delve into these so-called delusions to elicit some coping mechanism. It's basically his coping mechanism to either pretend to believe in what other people tell him, to hold his guard down and just retreat into his mind, where he is more content. I don't know, but it begs to wonder how anyone could ever think of this.
And nothing in this is a threat, okay? I care a great deal about you. My point was that my reason for coming down was I was tired of people mouthing off to me, okay? That was my reason for coming down. I don't like when people mouth off and threaten to murder me.
Honestly, at this point, it's fair game. It's pretty much fair game at this point, given the fact that you have a predilection to say the most outlandish shit. You say a lot of disgusting shit, and now people want your head. I mean, the screenshots of you liking some 12-year-old's profile goes to show that, yeah, did you not think that there would be consequences? Do you not think that that shit won't fly? you obviously have no clue on what constitutes as moral or immoral. Because you're so preoccupied with your warped delusion of wanting to be with this Eliana girl who pretty much hates you to the point where she wants to, well, put you out of her misery in the most brutal way. I mean, look at you, James. What do you have to offer? You're ugly as sin, have no job, you have no means to support yourself. You don't even drive or operate machinery. And I'm beginning to believe that you live on you're pretty much living on assisted living or some welfare system. And you're this is just, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Okay? That was why I got that ticket. That was why I got that ticket. And unfortunately, I'm stuck with that ticket. I'm stuck with that ticket for God knows how long, okay? Until it expires, and I get no money. I lose my $788 because some pretty little girl in Argentina says she don't have the children and she's still single and I'm a freaking idiot. Okay? That's all for this video. I really do wish you the best. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're holding up okay. But Jesus Christ. You know, I understand that you don't want to talk to me because you ignored me flat out for, 2 years now? It's been 2 years you ignored me after saying, oh, I'm so single and I have no childrens. Okay? No bambinos or niños or whatever the hell they say in Argentina. You know, but, it's flat out, it's really messed up, kiddo. Really messed up.
Alright, now let's get back to the whole I challenge you to a duel type shit.
Every phony martial artist. So Adonis Paul has resorted to what every phony martial artist resorts to when they're out of excuses and starts actually insulting the martial art that he practices. Okay, saying that karate is for children until they can learn something to really defend themselves, right?
Well, it is for children, but you're too stupid enough to realize that. Because you have the brain of a 12-year-old. That's what Adonis Paul would say.
Well, the point is, you challenged me to a karate match.
I was to fuck with you. And you were stupid enough to take the bait.
Royce challenged me to a karate match. You backed out. I challenged you to a karate match. A bare-knuckle karate match. You agreed. And then you backed out.
Because he knows you're full of shit. Even if Adonis Paul doesn't have a heart condition, he'd still whoop your ass. With or without a heart condition. Your ass would be good as skewered.
Now, about the whole thing about how karate's for children, number one, karate's not for children, but I know more than karate, unlike you. I don't even have a gay little animated ois, 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 ois cartoon to show that I take karate. Ois.
Dude, that takes a lot of talent to put a cartoon together, which of course you don't have.
Ois, 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 I'm a limp wrist. Okay? That's you, Adonis. You're the one that does that.
Yeah, but the difference between you and Adonis Paul is that Adonis Paul is entertaining. You're not. Just stop trying to act like an overcompensating tough guy. You're a sad loser who has no friends in real life, who pretty much has no prospects for his future, and is a complete burden on his family as well as society.
But I, of course, know far more than karate. The tactical self-defense I know. Look, it's not hard to kill somebody in a couple seconds, okay? But that's not what would be going on in a karate match. You challenged me to a karate match. You
Thank you,
accepted
Corgi.
my challenge after you backed out of your own challenge, okay? But yeah, I mean, you want to say karate's for children until they learn something to really defend themselves. I know how to really defend myself. I've trained law enforcement.
You trained law enforcement. Oh my god, that's just rich coming from some idiot like you, Roy. I mean, James. But then again, this guy, he was a few screws low. This guy's a few screws loose.
What have you done? You hide behind your computer like a little bitch. You threaten me. You insult me. You challenge me. And then you back down.
Because the reason why he insults you is because you've been bothering Eliana for almost 6.5 years. And you look up her Facebook profile from a decade ago and started liking pictures from when she was 12? Tell me that doesn't call for concern. Tell me that doesn't call for a concern. This guy here, I don't know whether or not he is a nonce. I just know is that this guy is a danger to himself and to everyone else around him. I mean, he is not there mentally. He is not all up there mentally. And he has shown that he is incapable of any rational thought. I mean, why else do you think he keeps making these ridiculous videos? Why else do you think he keeps going on about how he's going to visit Argentina? Why else do you think he goes on about how he knows karate?
And you act like a little bitch. That's what you do. And then you resort to insulting karate itself because you're a coward. Okay? I'm not the one on here bragging about being some kind of super karateka. That's you. With your your little cartoon with the ois, 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 ois.
At least Adonis Paul has a talent. He's good at animation. And it's better than what you can come up with. So you're on here insulting a cartoon, an avatar. God, I hope you don't insult VTubers. God, I hope you don't find out about VTubers, because I'm pretty sure you'd probably be insulting VTubers as well, because they hide behind avatars. Hey. Hey. Hey, stop doing that thing.
Ois, ois. Look at me, I'm Cartoon Man. Ois, ois, ois. You know, why don't you actually make good on your pathetic little threats? Why don't you make good? You accepted my challenge. Get it in motion. Get it in motion, buddy. And we'll see.
Yo, James, I know you're not gonna see this. I know you don't watch my shit. And I know damn well you don't know who the fuck I am. but I know someone you can fight. I think he goes by the name Dark Ninja. He is the ninja. He is the karate master who has defeated the clans. And he is the top champion in the internet blood sport. Maybe you should challenge Dark Ninja to a karate match if you think you're so big and bad.
Who actually will win if you actually do have a karate match with me, like you said? Okay, I'll be training. I'll be waiting. Do you understand? You don't get to back out of this. I will keep telling the world what a little bitch you are every day.
And I think Adonis Paul pretty much would do the same thing to you if he ever had the chance. Actually, no, he's been doing that to you recently. And he doesn't even play some of your shit that much anymore. I mean, I think he's done fucking with you. He probably only plays one of your videos every once in a while just to get a laugh. Just to mock how stupid you really are. Same goes with a draft. And I can see that you're pretty much simping for Mary as we speak.
Every day you insulted me, you challenged me. You backed out of your challenge, then you accepted my challenge. And then you backed out of my challenge because you're a punk. And then you go further to insult karate itself. Right? That's what you just did. You're a coward. You're pathetic. And it's funny because you want to act like you're some great karate expert, right? You pretend this persona of the karate master and the horse shit like that.
Oh my God.
You even have to go out with an Asian girl because you're probably one of them weebs that thinks he's Asian deep down. You're
Oh my God. James. Don't insult Leaf like that. She will kick your ass. I mean, she would drop you like a bag of sand, James. You're not that intimidating. And the fact that you try to insult Adonis Paul over his personal life and his relationships goes to show that you obviously have no life of your own. And you spend most of your time just obsessing over people who obviously don't want anything to do with you. People like Eliana, people like Royce Lopez, people like Adonis Paul. They have completely disavowed you. But you don't want to accept that. So you go on here trying to be all tough and act like you're some big shot. When in actuality, you're just a scared little boy who can't get over the fact that your daddy pretty much decided to take the easy way out because he didn't want to deal with a burden like you.
You watch Dragon Ball Z, for God's sake. You are not an adult. You are a child residing in an adult's body.
Now there's the pot calling the kettle black. And I could say this, James. Look who's talking. Look who's talking. I mean, look at you. You're pretty much obsessing over a girl for like 6 years. And you pretty much have this 12-year-old mindset. And you pretty much creep on 12-year-olds as well. looking up their pictures on Instagram, liking them, stalking them, or whatever. I'm not saying you're a nonce, but I'm just saying that all that shit I've seen, the screenshots on AP's community tab, that is those are major red flags, James. I think it's time that people know who James Robert Clark is. Don't you agree, mods? Don't you agree, mods, that people should know who James Clark is? I mean, we're long overdue to have a discussion about what kind of person he is.
Understand that? You are not an adult. You're an anime-watching moron that pretends to practice karate.
Hey! Don't knock anime. Anime is fucking awesome.
That's what you are.
What about you, James? Oh boy.
So,
And and this is where he begins simping for Adrastia. Yes, that's right. James Robert Clark is simping for Adrastia.
I wanted to make a response video for Adrastia.
It's
I call her Mary.
Everybody calls her Mary because that's her real name. It's a known fact that her name is Mary Margaret Barone. We call her Potato Planter, and we call her Duck Murderer.
Because I think that's her name, and I want to call her Mary, unless she prefers Adrastia. I don't know.
It's Adrastia, not
But what I wanted to
Adrastia.
say is, I have so much respect for you. It's amazing. And what I want people to understand is, this young lady, I mean, I don't know how long she's been putting up with this harassment, but her inner strength is amazing to tolerate this stuff and to put up with it and continue to put herself out there and to withstand all this. And what people don't know, I used to work in mental health. I was what's called a certified peer specialist, which is kind of like a case manager that's a nut.
Oh my god. Have you been watching Adrastia's videos? Have you been watching the Mayo series? She doesn't tolerate this shit. She pretty much feeds on the negativity that's been given to her. She weaponizes the negativity and uses it as a tool against her detractors. She pretty much blames everybody else for all her own problems. And you pretty much do the same thing too, James. I can see why you want to be friends with Mary. Because you're both pathetic losers who are virtually hated by pretty much everyone in the Daywave Adonis Paul community. And you're both burdens on society and on the welfare system. You're both scumbags. And you deserve each other.
And I also was a weight management consultant, a weight loss consultant, etc. But that was due to my personal training education. But what I want people to know is I also worked at a drop-in center. And a drop-in center, generally speaking, is a place for mentally ill people to come that's run generally by other mentally ill people. Not always, but generally it's run by other mentally ill people, such as myself. And this young lady, she's very intelligent. And people should stop. I mean, I'm not going to tell people what to do.
She's very intelligent, my ass. She is by far one of the dumbest people I've ever seen, James. I mean, Her book, I wouldn't even call it a book, it's a pamphlet. Her pamphlet doesn't even match the criteria of being an actual book. She was in special needs in high school. And Lord knows if she did graduate. Maybe she dropped out. Oh boy. Oh God.
Do, and whether you attack her or not doesn't make her any less smart. She's a very intelligent young lady that understands how the system works, and she's a very caring young lady.
Caring? Adrasia is caring? She is by far one of the most selfish, greedy, spoiled people I've ever seen. She is a complete narcissist who obviously despises everyone around her. She even despises herself. She is extremely misanthropic. She has an abject hatred for everyone, but she wants validation. She wants validation to, I don't know, so that people will donate to her so that she can buy alcohol and weed. I mean, the bitch pretty much blew $10,000 solely on drugs.
And it's actually, I'm like she said, she's not on any side. I'm not on any side. The reason I stand up for this young lady is because, people should not be picking on people like that. I mean, I know what I put up with through this, like, chief handler stuff and all these trolls and all this stuff for years now. It's been years, like 7 years of this stuff. And I know what I put up with as an adult man, as a large man.
As a little boy.
And I can only imagine what this poor young lady has put up with over the years. And people want to judge her.
Young lady? She's 36 years old and acts like a toddler.
I don't know what her past is, but I know this.
Oh. James, you should watch Mayo, because her past...
Regardless of what her past is, nobody deserves to be treated like this.
Well, I can give you a few reasons why Adrasia is not well liked. I can give you a lot of reasons why everybody hates her. She facilitated the sexual assault of a minor when she used to drive her ex-husband to said minor's house when she was 19 years old. She hooked up with a chomo who had a fiance with cerebral palsy, and then she sent numerous emails demanding the chomo to get rid of said fiance, and she did absolutely nothing when he was strangling her to death. And then she went with him to Walmart to purchase a shovel to bury the body, and waited 5 weeks to go to the police. Hell, even the prosecutor that called her said that, even the prosecutor said the statement, and I quote, "If he was a loaded gun, she pulled the trigger." Which means that she may or may not have any involvement with the murder of Roberta Laws. Also, she pretty much held her grandmother hostage, demanding her to give her money for drugs. And when her grandmother passed away, she pretty much argued about some inheritance that she was supposed to get. When she only got like $10,000, which she blew on drugs, and she pretty much put herself in financial ruin and has chosen to be homeless. Rather than actually getting a job and supporting herself, she decided to flee to Los Angeles so that she can get free weed and benefits from the government.
Nobody deserves to be treated like this. I mean, if somebody did something wrong, you go through the legal avenues and things like that. And that's what irked me so much about the situation where people are claiming to care so much about my friend from Argentina. Well, if you care so much about her, give her the alleged information you have about me, which is all baloney, and help her contact the authorities. And leave it at that. You don't have to publicly admonish me and encourage people to try and kill me, which is basically how this is turning out with me now. But this poor young woman, I mean, the stuff that you people are doing to her, it's literally disgusting. You don't treat anyone like this. I love how she handled.
This is pretty much similar to how Truthfully Trisha was defending Shani.
The whole situation with people exploiting her nudity and all that. She is honestly, she's winning. I mean, honestly, she's quite a bit like me. You're not going to keep her down because she just don't care.
Adrassi does shit just to spite her haters. And you all know damn well that she likes to do this shit for attention. She is so starved for attention that she'll do anything. Even go through extremes. Whenever things don't go her way, she'll threaten suicide, she'll blame it on the trolls, and she'll go through so much bullshit just to dehumanize the people who are talking about her. That includes Royce Lopez, JJ Stoner, and Adonis Paul, as well as Aunt Kathy.
I mean, she does get a bit emotional and stuff, and that's where people like me will be there to support her and tell her to stay strong. And, you know, like her, I'm not on anybody's side. But the side that I am on is I don't think people should be doing this to people. Especially not innocent people that, honestly, even, this is the thing, like I said, I don't know her past. I assume that everything that they're saying about her is a lie, because I know for a fact everything they said about me is a lie. So, or a complete exaggeration. Some things are not exactly a lie, but they're so exaggerated that you might as well call them a lie. But with Mary, you know, I'm going to support her when people are beating her down and beating her down and beating her down. If her comment sections are open in her videos, I'm going to tell her, you know, stay strong. You're a smart person. She needs to hear that. And I would encourage everyone to tell her that. Okay?
I'm beginning to think that he's just doing this just to fuck with people. This sounds like he probably is aware that Adrassia is a complete nutcase, and he's just trying to defend her just to get some form of virtue signaling, or he's just doing it just to antagonize her detractors, or fuck with them, because, you know what? Or he is that crazy. Either way, it's wrong. It's so wrong.
Whether you have a squabble with her or not, or you disagree with her or not on this or that point or whatever, people deserve to hear that they're a strong person, and that they're a decent person, and that they're just a basic human being. The way that they're trying to beat this poor woman down, she deserves to know that she's a human being, and there are other human beings out there that are willing to reach out to her and let her know, you know what, I saw your video, I care. I care. I understand that you're going through some stuff, and
I mean, this guy would pretty much defend Cyrax if it means that he has the ability to virtue signal. And we all know that Cyrax is a piece of shit. He would defend Cyrax if it means that he'll get attention.
Care. I understand that you might have a past. I don't care about your past. I know that you're a human being and you're hurting because people are being mean to you, and I care. And that's the side that I'm on. I'm not trying to hurt anybody or belittle anybody or anything like that. And Mary, you know, like Mary, I'm not on anybody's side. And I really appreciate her talking about me and being supportive of me and in a comical way. I
You know damn well Adrasia doesn't care about anyone. Not even James. Adrasia is so consumed with being a perpetual victim that she doesn't even see the world around her. She doesn't even comprehend that there are people who will simp for her. All she wants is validation. I mean, she said it in her last stream, in her last video, saying that all she wants in life is to be loved and protected. That's all she wants in life. Loved. But the thing is, that's not all you want. You have done a lot of irreprehensible shit. And you don't deserve love. Well, at least you don't deserve to be validated. That's all. And that's why she's doing this, is for validation. And also, she wants to grift people so that she can get money for alcohol and drugs.
I enjoyed the comedy. It really brought a smile to my face when I saw it. And
She's
that's all
not
I want to
funny.
say. Thank you. Thank you, Mary.
Wow, what a pathetic loser. But then again, he's just doing this just to antagonize people. Idiot. Alright, let's see what... And this is where people started looking into this guy thing. Oh, God. I'm pretty sure that he's just saying this just to troll people. At this point, he's trying to be a troll. A failed troll at that. But I don't even give two blank fucks about what kind of person this guy is. Now, so let's get in on.
So I wanted to do a video in defense of Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, God.
Now, what I want people to understand, this is not in defense of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. This is in defense of Jeffrey Epstein's ideologies and what
Oh, God.
Jeffrey Epstein funded. The Jeffrey Epstein Foundation funded a lot of good, important research in the fields of mathematics and science, particularly
Going down, down, down. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. He just said that he defends Jeffrey Epstein.
experimental physics.
And he doesn't even give two fucks about the pedo shit. But
Jeffrey Epstein was also a transhumanist. People may have heard me speak about transhumanism at length on this channel. Transhumanism is essentially the use of technology. Okay, it's the use of technology to facilitate the achievement of basically surpassing human frailty. So you're utilizing technology.
he also had a sex ring of children. I'm just throwing it out there. You're defending you're defending a chomo. Defended a chomo who pretty much offed himself, just like your dad.
To surpass human frailty. And this can be explored in many ways. Even things like water generation. Like what water generation is where you take the water out of the atmosphere and create drinkable water for people, like in areas like, you know, in places like Africa, South America, etc. You can make drinkable water for people that don't have drinkable water out of thin air, literally. Well, thick air, technically, I guess you'd say. Now, I don't know if Mr. Epstein had funded any of that, but he did fund important scientific research. And
Oh, dear Lord.
particularly in the field of physics.
Uh,
Now, what's important to understand is transhumanism. Now, what I like, the one good thing about Jeffrey Epstein is, although it didn't stick, it did bring to the forefront the idea of transhumanism. This idea.
Transhumanism. Dude. Now you're just talking nonsense. Jeffrey Epstein was a fucking disgusting human being. He got what he deserved. Couldn't live with the shame of being ousted as a P-word and a chomo. So he took the cowardly way out and hung himself. Kind of like how your dad took the cowardly way out and blew his brains out, James.
Idea of using technology to surpass human frailty. Now, there are a lot of popular transhumanists, okay? My favorite is, of course, Maria Konovalanko, who worked at the Buck Institute on Aging, which is in San Francisco, to research aging, to research the processes of aging and how to reverse the processes of aging and things of that nature. She's a brilliant woman. Now, there will be links to various transhumanists as well as the things that Jeffrey Epstein's foundation did. And I think it's important that, number one, this is not clickbait. This is real. This is a real video in defense of Jeffrey Epstein's funding of these important scientific and mathematics research projects, you know what I mean? Now, what people need to understand also, like another big supporter, like some of the transhumanists that you'll see mentioned in the description that you should follow the links to what they're about, are people like Ray Kurzweil, the guy that wrote The Singularity is Near, and other books, but also has made the flatbed scanner that helps blind people read. He's done a lot of things, exoskeleton type suits that help the paraplegics to walk. He is a brilliant man that has done a lot to help humanity. He's also one of the people at the forefront of supplementation, and he wrote a couple books with Terry Grossman. Fantastic Voyage, Live Long Enough to Live Forever.
Yeah, the guy. Let's just say this. Let's hear it.
So I will clarify some things a little more because people have not dropped it. So apparently someone named Miss Morales decided to post a video saying I'm a hebosexual or a hebophile or a ebophile.
Hebephiliac. A hebephiliac. A hebephile. You are a hebephile because you're lusting after underage girls. Kind of like Lucas Werner.
Which, by the way, is not a legitimate term in the DSM-5. I looked it up. I'm not
It doesn't matter.
too familiar with the DSM-5. That was actually put into practice while I was actually working in mental health, but before it was kind of like an overlap.
And this whole working in mental health thing is just bullshit. He was in a nut house. That's the truth. He was in a fucking nut house. And he says that he works there, which goes to show how delusional he really is and how full of himself he wants to display. He wants to portray himself.
With the DSM-4, most people don't even like the DSM-5 because they think it like most psychiatrists that I've known don't like the DSM-5, and a lot of psychologists don't, because they think that it basically medicalizes a lot of things, even more so than the original DSM-4, which medicalized a lot of, everyday personality features. But that's not actually a term that's used in the DSM-5. Now, let's say, what is it? It's somebody that's attracted to a pubescent or post-pubescent teenager, right? Well, let's put that into English, okay? If you're attracted to a post-pubescent teenager, what does that mean in reality? Well, if you're attracted to a post meaning after, pubescent meaning puberty, a teenager that has completed their cycle of puberty, what would that make you? That would make you...
That would make you, James, a stalker who preys on underage girls. That's what that makes you, you dumbass.
someone that's attracted to biological adults. Okay? That's what that would make you. So, yeah, perhaps I am. I don't know. The other thing I would like to point out is I was accused by, I think, Daniel. I don't think it was Miss Morales that wrote the description, unless she's gone completely wackadoodle and just started using Britishisms like crazy. But I was accused of posting the screenshots of the things that Miss Morales said as a means of harming her or destroying her life. Now,
Which you probably did, right? I mean, I've seen this happen before with other people, and that's not cool. That is not cool at all. I mean, you could ruin someone's reputation just by doing that alone. And based on you, I don't know how anyone would ever see you as someone far less than a monster or a sick fuck. I don't care much about how you view yourself. All I know is that you are dog shit. And whatever people say about you, it's warranted. Because you are dumb. Scum of the high caliber. Scum of the high caliber, James.
number one, I would like to point this out. I wasn't going to post anything and didn't post anything until someone gave to Royce Lopez and Daywave Radio private things that I sent her. I wonder who that was. Okay? And that was done with the intention of what? Destroying my life. Now, just because nothing came about from the Argentine thing, I don't know. I don't think the Argentinian authorities were contacted by Royce or Miss Morales or any of these people. But I don't know that for sure. All I know is that nothing happened. I know that the government of Argentina told me nothing happened. Okay, like I can go to Argentina. That's all I know. But the thing is, so what do? They call me a racist, a racist, a racist, a racist. I go, okay, whatever. Now they're...
Probably because you're trivializing Latin American culture by using euphemism and probably mispronouncing them in a cartoonish dialect or accent. And you are failing miserably at doing so. You're making fun of a culture by pretty much saying all these euphemisms as if you are culture. When in actuality, you are not. You're just a dumb hick living on disability.
They're calling me a pedophile. Well, when they call you a pedophile, you can't just go, okay, whatever. It does require a little explanation. And I've given a clear explanation, I think. But I want to get into some of the things that Miss...
You said like the age of consent was like 14. In Argentina.
Morales will probably be covering. Now, if you actually look at the things that I said to Miss Morales in that screenshot, it's very clear that I was not being as creepy as I'm being made out to be. So what happened was Miss Morales posted a picture of herself when she was 15 years old. Okay? At the time,
you pretty much
Miss Morales herself was, I believe, 21 years old. She was in her 20s. Okay? And what did I say to her? Now, this is a conversation between two people, Miss Morales and myself, two adults that are sexually attracted to one another. And I stated to Miss Morales, I said, wow, 15-year-old you was a really cute piece of jailbait. Okay? Maybe not the smartest thing to say, but it's not illegal. I was saying that to a 21-year-old. The photo that she posted was a modest photo. It was not anything pornographic or anything like that. Therefore, it was not pornography. Therefore, I was commenting to a person that I believed was sexually attracted to me and whom I was sexually attracted to that was another adult, that they were a cute piece of jailbait when they were 15. I did not know of Miss Morales when she was 15. Didn't know she existed. Okay? So that was not a comment I was making to...
It doesn't matter. You were still creeping on Eliana. Even if you claim you didn't know her when she was 15, you still were looking at photos from photos from 10 years ago, and it's still creepy as fuck that you were liking photos from 10 years ago and commenting on how cute she was when she was 15.
To a child. Now, as far as the Instagram stuff goes, as I've said, somebody follows me, I follow them back, I like a bunch of photos, whatever.
Yeah, but the photos you liked were of 12-year-olds. It doesn't matter if they were following you back. It's the fact that you are a man who is almost 40 years old liking a 12-year-old's photo. You're a grown man. And you're pretty much in your late 30s, almost 40. And you're liking photos of 12-year-olds. If that doesn't sound creepy enough, then I don't know what does. If that isn't creepy, then I don't know what is.
I'm not talking to anybody under the age of 18. Okay? At least not without my knowledge. The thing is, what you have to understand, am I naive? I'm probably a little naive on the internet. Okay?
Oh, don't pull that whole I am naive type bullshit. You knew damn well what you were doing. And you obviously didn't give a fuck if there were repercussions. I mean, look at you. Look at how you present yourself. You try to be altruistic and try to have like the moral high ground. And then you go and lambast other people for doing something that you find is immoral. When in actuality, it's not. It's anything but. You try to use the moral high ground whenever your arguments fall flat. Like the whole thing with the whole CBD shit. When you were trying to talk shit about Adonis Paul's sponsor, CBD X, which is a legitimate business, unlike natural healthy CBD, because the person who runs natural healthy CBD was a crackhead who is a shitty mother and pretty much lives in her own delusion. Her brain was completely fried of heroin. But, James, you like to present yourself as this intellectually superior to your haters, to the people that mock you. For what? Because you think you're better than them? I mean, before YouTube decided to get rid of the dislike button, you had more dislikes on your videos than likes. And that's because everybody keeps laughing at how much of a creepy stalker you are before they found out about the whole 12-year-old bullshit, and rightfully so. You are still coming off as someone who is creepy. You are the type of person who does something really dramatic, and I will be laughing at you. You can come on here and say that everyone is wrong and that you're not a threat to society, but there are papers, there are screenshots, and documents that prove otherwise. So, yeah. So have luck trying to gain the moral high ground. Because you underestimate people. You underestimate the fuck people. So don't try and be high and mighty. You're only gonna fail.
Okay? Because this is the thing. It's kind of like with the catfishing thing and the trolling. If you're not somebody with this mindset, this creepy mindset, like, for example...
Okay, the catfishing thing, the whole Galena thing, yeah, that was a bit funny. But the thing is, you like to pretend that you will believe in what random trolls tell you. Kind of like a Drazia, you will pretend to believe what trolls tell you. Honestly, you make yourself look like a bigger idiot than you already are. For doing something that's stupid.
Well, I'm not a pedophile. So I'm not assuming that, people are trying to, entrap me because I'm not a pedophile. I don't think that way, but that doesn't mean other people don't think that way. Okay? So a lot of it is them presupposing that I'm liking these girls' photos because now most of these girls are in their teens and whatnot. And like I said, with that young Hispanic girl, I'm damn sure somebody hacked my account and did that.
Oh, and now there is that whole, I've been hacked type bullshit. Oh my god. How many times have I heard this bullshit before? Oh, I've been hacked. I've been hacked by super Iranian hackers. No, the fuck you. Stop playing dumb. Stop acting like the victim. Stop playing the victim and own up to your shit. People will still hate you for it, but at least they'll hate you even more if you keep deflecting. Then again, people already hate you, but if you own up to the fact that you are looking at 12-year-olds and liking their photos, then I don't know. I don't know what to say to you. You're fucked.
I don't remember anything about that kid. Like, seriously, that was definitely a kid. Okay? But the thing is, as I said, when I see photos on Instagram, if, say somebody just follows me, this is why I'm getting real careful about accepting follow requests, and I'm blocking a lot of people on different social media platforms, and I have been for a few months now, just because unfortunately I'm realizing that a lot of it is trolls trying to entrap me. They're not going to entrap me because that's not who I am, but the thing is, it's a sad world because, I think I'm a little bit naive about how I deal with people on the internet, because I think people, generally speaking, are trying to spread important information, or at least just trying to get attention for, like, in the case of a 16-year-old girl that wants to be a model or something like that. I think at worst what she's doing is trying to get attention. Now,
listen to yourself, James. Listen to what you said. That's still fucked up. Coming from a man who is almost in his 40s, to say that about a 16-year-old, it's still fucked up.
I'm starting to get a little bit more concerned about the intentions of these people, or if these people are even the people they're claiming to be. And that's a big problem. And, am I naive? Yeah, probably. Have I said things on the internet that I regret? Maybe. I don't really think, especially between Miss Morales and myself, I don't really think I said too many things of a sexual nature to her that I regret.
Oh, don't fool yourself, James. We all know that you want to breed. We all know goddamn well that you want to breed with Miss Morales. But, of course, you don't want to reciprocate your offers. So now you're just being butthurt and trying to backpedal and act like, oh, I'm a poor victim in all this. No, the fuck you aren't. You were creeping on Eliana long before we even knew who the fuck you are. So don't go and act like this is all just some big ass misunderstanding. You obviously knew what you were doing, and you got caught, and now you're trying to retcon everything, make it as though it was not as full and vile as people say it is. So fuck yourself, James Robert Clark. You were caught red-handed. Fuck you. You just got caught, and now you're trying to go on the defensive, trying to look like the innocent party. You are deplorable, Robert Clark.
Pretty much everything. I mean, this is what people need to understand. She was
Hey,
into
Planny.
it as much as I was into it.
You miss a lot. You miss a lot about. I mean, Corgi and Blue were in here, and we were big. And you just missed where I played the video where he was pretty much defending Andrasia, and now he's trying to backpedal and say that he is not a predator.
Was attracted to me, and I was attracted to her. And she can deny that all she wants, and she can deny anything she wants. I don't actually, and this is what I will say, I don't necessarily believe that Miss Morales was attracted to me physically or sexually. I think, well, in a way, sexually. I think what Miss Morales was...
Just admit that you just want to breed. Just admit it, James. You want to breed. And you can't, because Eliana has her own life to live, and doesn't want to waste it on a pathetic loser like you, James. So try again.
attracted to was my mental capacity, my intellectual capacity, my grasp of different philosophies, and also the fact that there was something about me that she just found attractive. She used to hang on my every word and things of that nature. And I think it was more of an intellectual and emotional connection that she had with me, more so than a physical...
I don't know, but I'm going to check that out right now. Because I'm done with this one. He's just droning on about how... about sexual attractions and stupid shit.
So,
This is the one.
Hat Man accused me of bullying women, right? Okay. Now, I want to be clear about something. Now, I don't go on her live streams anymore because I realize, look, she told me that if I quit making videos about her, she'll quit covering me. I don't care if she covers me, okay? And I'm not purposely making this video.
And by the way, he's referring to either Adrastia or Eliana, but he's still talking about Adrastia, acting like he's her only white knight, her savior. And it's pathetic.
About her, I'm making this in response.
And by the way, Adrastia doesn't do live streams because she doesn't get money. That's her excuse for why she doesn't do live streams, is she won't get money because other people will make money off her. That's why she doesn't want to write books. That's why she doesn't want to do OnlyFans, because she won't get paid. She is greedy. She is a greedy, selfish cunt.
To Hatman's allegation that I bullied her. Look, I truly do believe that what her and I had was a misunderstanding. Okay? And it happened, we did have good communication, and then the communication broke down. I don't know why the communication broke down. I had assumed it was because I started getting more sexual with the nature of the things I was saying as it was getting closer to the time that I was going to get to Argentina.
Oh, by the way, he's talking about Eliana. He's still talking about Eliana right here.
I assumed that's what it was. She is obviously picking and choosing certain things. Obviously, from the screenshots that I shared, people can see that we also had different conversations also. I do have other screenshots. I don't have a reason to disprove anything she's saying at this point because I don't care. I don't know what she's sharing. As I said, I didn't watch the live stream. Some people have told me that I actually look pretty good, that she actually made me look pretty good, and that, friends of mine that are therapists and former therapists, well, former co-workers of mine, they're still therapists. I don't work in mental health anymore. But they told me that I looked very good, and that it was clear that, that it's a misunderstanding, and that I genuinely, they can tell I genuinely cared about her and things of that nature. And I think that, I think there's only so much you can take something out of context before it becomes a blatant lie. And I don't think she's truly blatantly, well, that's not true because she has lied about me, but that's not important. The important thing,
I think James made up the whole Galena thing as a way to make Eliana jealous. But when people found out about it, they pretty much tricked him into believing that Galena existed. And it wasn't until it was revealed that Hatman was pretty much posing as Galena, or if that's what people tell him, Hatman was Galena. And he pretty much said, that's it. I'm done with the whole Galena thing. I'm going to go back to stalking Eliana. That's pretty much what he said. I'm going to go to Argentina now. Because I need to breed. I must breed. That's James. That's James Clark in a nutshell. He must breed with Eliana.
thing is that I've given up. I know that there's nothing I can do to get through to her on a person-to-person basis. She's not going to believe me that it was a misunderstanding. She's not going to believe me that the reason I was freaking out is because I had people attacking me, claiming to be her boyfriend, claiming to be her friends, claiming to be her father, claiming to be her mother, claiming to be her sister. She's not going to believe any of that. It's the truth, but she doesn't believe any of it. And she doesn't care what evidence I show her to the contrary, like that I show her proving my point. She doesn't care. So she's a lost cause. It doesn't mean I didn't love her. It doesn't mean that I don't still...
The way you're describing it, James, is creepy. And he's talking about Eliana. He doesn't... We'll wait until he starts talking about Adrasia later on.
Consider her a wonderful person. It doesn't mean that when I loved her from the bottom of my heart. I really did. And she knows that. Okay.
No. Don't love you back. You don't love you back, James.
Okay, she knows
Sorry about that.
how much I truly loved her. Now, whether she believes that I still do or not, that's up to her. I don't really love her in the same way because after everything that she's done to me, but I also accept the fact that there's a lot of anger on her part, a lot of frustration on her part, which comes from a misunderstanding on my part. In my defense, one of my friends stated that she had some audio file. If it's the audio file I think it's the audio file that was sent to my Instagram Messenger. That's the only audio file I'm familiar with. Besides some audio files she told me, like in the very beginning of talking to her, she sent me some audio files about the popa. But if it's the one from Instagram, I did tell her the next day we were actually still friends on Facebook. I didn't listen to those audio files. I have no idea what's on them because every time I tried to play them, my ex-girlfriend was all up in my biznatch. So I couldn't listen to them, and I told her that. And then she...
You never had sex, James.
blocked me on Facebook. And after that, I did leave her alone for a number of, or like almost a year, maybe 9 months, until this Tig Manson person started in on me. Okay, I did leave her alone. Okay, and then the trolls started. And that's what got me going, is I thought that she was being kept from speaking to me. Now, that's not what's important. I'm only putting this out there because I don't like being accused of bullying women, or anyone else for that matter. I don't bully anyone. I don't bully men. I don't bully women. I don't bully children. I don't bully anybody. I don't bully anyone.
No, but they bully you back. But they bully you because you're, well, you're a creep. And you deserve the harassment you get from men, women, and children.
Okay, I am not a bully, okay? But the way that people are treating Mary
You're a stalker.
is absolutely disgusting. And to claim that I don't care about her.
Yes, he did say biznatch. An idiot. He tries to act cool, but he's making himself look like a bigger dum-dum than he already is. And that's just sad. He's sad. He doesn't make sense. And now here he's talking about how he'll send Mary to the high heaven. Because it's the troll's fault that she's living like this. Y'all want her dead.
Okay, let me put something out there. I have a history with 4 years of homelessness.
Oh, God.
Mary was homeless.
Yes.
When I worked in mental health,
Yeah, but she chose to be homeless.
not even when I worked in mental health, I worked with a lot of drug addicts in mental health. I actually personally have a lot of disdain for drug addicts. But I'm going to get to this. And I'm going to explain this. When I was homeless, I've never had a drug problem in my life. I've never had an alcohol problem in my life. I've never had a problem with substances besides nicotine in my life, which I consider no better. And I used to tell that to my clients when I worked in mental health. My nicotine addiction was no better than their heroin
You never had clients.
addiction. It's just a different substance. Okay? I didn't get all high and mighty. Like at the time I was chewing tobacco again, that doesn't make me a better person than a heroin addict just because my substance is a different substance. What makes me a better person is I'm not robbing people to get my tobacco. But my point is, the way that people are treating Mary is disgusting. The woman is clearly, visibly, mentally and emotionally disturbed. She has
True.
clearly been homeless. She has clearly had a rough life. And
Most of that is all her fault. She chose to be homeless. She chose not to get help. She chose to live in misery. For what? For pity? For validation? So that people can give her money so that she can waste it on drugs and alcohol? Yes. Yes, all that. And more.
the way that you people do not let up on her, okay? You do not stop harassing her. You do not stop messing with her, knowing that she has a severe mental impairment. Schizophrenia is a severe mental health issue.
She has also claimed to have bipolar disorder and CPTSD, as well as borderline personality disorder. So she is not consistent with whatever disorder she claims to have. She only uses these as a way to justify that she is incapable of getting a job.
In fact, some people consider it the most severe, quote, mental illness that there is. And she admits to having schizophrenia. Look, I don't know what happened with whatever happened. Like, this is the thing. People accuse me of, they falsely accuse me of being a pedophile. I'm not a pedophile. Okay? People are probably falsely accusing her, because I wouldn't doubt if, like...
Well, a lot of people, well, people were trolling her. There's a difference between falsely accusing her and people trolling with her. And most of those times, Adrasia pretty much believes in what trolls tell her. But that was because, and that's probably because she wants the validation so that she used this as a weapon to, I don't know, play the victim and garner sympathy so that random strangers will give her money so that she can buy weed.
Me, they've been trolling her for years, and this was all a situation where they were getting photos of her to use against her now.
Exactly, she hasn't admitted to that shit. She claims to have those types of illnesses. She claims. If anything that Adrasia says, it's obvious that she probably looked up these disorders on Google and pretty much looked up the symptoms, and that's where she got her diagnosis from. WebMD or Google.
I don't even think it was a kid. I could be wrong. I could be stone cold wrong. But I know you lie about me. I know.
And by the way, we know it's not a kid. We just fuck with her because, again, she goes through these cycles where she'll pretend to believe in what trolls tell her because she is so starved for attention.
I know you lie about her. Okay? I've never, and even if like the whole fake she murdered somebody or whatever, I don't even know the gist of that. But the thing is,
she didn't murder anybody. She was an accessory to the murder. She helped bury the body.
it does not give somebody the right to torment somebody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to make money off of them.
We're not tormenting her. We're just pointing out her bullshit. The videos that Mary makes, she pretty much makes up her torment. Because she, deep down, she is guilty for what she did to Roberta. And she knows this. But she wants to shift the blame onto other people because she doesn't want to be held accountable for her actions.
That's all you're doing this for, is to make money off of her. And yeah, it's sadly enough, it's a legal loophole you people have found. I've talked to law enforcement, and I know it's a legal loophole. And the only way, and the reason you pick on poor people is because we don't have the ability to actually hire an attorney. And unfortunately, the attorneys I've talked to are idiots that want to include other people that shouldn't be included in it. But my point is with Mary, you accuse me of not caring about her. I care about Mary as much as I care about any other person, man or woman, but in this case, she's a woman, being bullied.
How do you even know she's a woman? I mean, she looks like Quasimodo. She looks like a cross between Quasimodo, Cyrax, and Sloth from the Goonies.
Bullied relentlessly, tormented relentlessly, harassed relentlessly, and her mental illness being taken advantage of to make her look like a disturbed person, because she is a disturbed person.
That's true.
And it's not right. It is evil. I don't even believe in evil. I believe I am beyond good and evil. But the point is, if I was to say,
look,
something is evil, but the point is, if I was to say something is evil, this torment of this woman is absolutely disgusting. It is uncalled for. It is inhuman to do this to anyone.
No, it's not. is considered evil. What Mary says, actually no. What Mary did in her past was considered pretty much evil. When she drove, maybe she did it unintentionally. Maybe it was unintentional, but still, she was in denial that the woman was underage when she drove her ex-husband to her house. It didn't take that long for that thought to sink in. And of course, let's not forget the fact that she pretty much told Kenneth McBride to get rid of Roberta Laws. That wasn't made up. There was an article. There was an article detailing the murder. There were police records detailing the murder. This idiot is dumb enough. This idiot is too stupid, is too consumed with this whole virtue signaling that he is so blind by the facts that he'll go on to defend Mary, even if it means that he'll get the attention too. He obviously knows about the whole murder. He obviously knows about the sexual assault. But he is just doing this just to piss us off. I don't really think he really cares about Mary. He's just he just thinks that because Adonis Paul and Royce Lopez fuck with her, he thinks that he can earn her trust by trying to virtue signal her for her. In actuality, it makes him look even more of a piece of shit than he already is.
Regardless of what she has done or has not done, if she really did break the law, if she did send whatever to whoever, this is something for law enforcement to handle. This is not something for a bunch of jackasses on the internet to profit off of, which is what's going on. And you're tormenting this woman. What are you going to do if something bad happens to her? What are you going to do if she, I don't know, actually does kill herself like you people are trying to get her to do?
She won't do it. She's too much of a narcissist to even consider suicide. She just trivializes suicide as a way to garner sympathy. Nobody believes her because she will never do it. She doesn't even self-harm. She's a scratcher. She does it for attention.
It doesn't matter to you people. That'll just be a documentary supercut thing about her killing herself. Because you people are extremely sick people. You're horrible people.
This is kind of like how, truthfully, Trisha was defending Shani, saying that you people are horrible people for going after her because she is a mother. And you're pretty much saying the same thing about me. That's what I see. There's similarities. He's pretty much saying that what you're saying about Adrasia, you're saying the same about me. Well, if that's the case, then you both are pieces. And I could say, fuck you. Because honestly, virtue signaling is not something you would ever want to do. Especially when it comes to dipshits like this.
Just terrible freaking people. I don't understand. Now, there was a time when I was like, yeah, AP seems like a decent guy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's all a setup. You know, he goes from being a decent guy to threatening he wants to take me out in a karate match, and then chickens out of the karate match because he's a puss.
No. The reason why he challenged you to a karate match is because you were stupid enough to actually fall for it. You obviously have no self-awareness. Or you do have self-awareness, but you choose to reject it because you think that you have the moral high ground by saying, oh, AP is a bad person because he's picking on a mentally deficient woman. Yes, granted, she is mentally unhinged. But again, doesn't get help for it. Not because we're harassing her to no end. It's because she chooses not to get help for it. Because, again, most of her therapists have told her to get off the internet. And what does she do? She continues to pester the internet for validation. Instead of actually getting help for her mental issue. I mean, Adrastia has had every opportunity to get actual help to combat her mental, but she chooses not to. That she pretty much uses mental as a shield, deflect from criticism, and that is a disgusting thing to do, especially for people who actually do have mental illness. Because she's basically trivializing it, her ego is going to lead to someone to pick the mentally ill in real life. And that's why everybody is mad at her. Do I believe that Adrastia is mentally ill? No doubt. I do. No doubt. Without a doubt, I do believe she is mentally unhinged. But she does nothing about it. She does nothing to combat her so-called mental illness. She uses her mental as a crutch, as a shield. That's why people are upset about her. Because she's disingenuous. She's dishonest. She lies all the time.
And then he accepts the karate match and states that he's going to sexually assault me and rape me during the karate match. These are the people that we're dealing with. You know, Adrastia and I. These are the people we're dealing with. And people are going, now I feel much worse for her. Like with me, I have obsessive compulsive disorder and I have post-traumatic stress disorder.
Well, I could see why he has PTSD because I could see why James has PTSD because his daddy pretty much ate a 12-gauge shotgun. Yes, I'm pretty much using colorful terms to describe how James's dad pretty much blew his brains out.
With me, you know, you might need to get to know me to know that there's something going on under the surface. With her, she is visibly disturbed. To pick on somebody with a mental illness that is this visible is so disgusting and so wrong that it is just... It's beyond words how disgusting this is. It's just the worst possible shit people could be doing to somebody. And this is the thing. Like I said, when I got on the internet, and I'm still pretty naive on the internet. Okay, I am.
I can tell why Dude, you've been on the internet for, 6 years? Since 2017? Actually, no. You've been on YouTube for since 2017. Maybe even before that. The point is, you've been stalking Eliana for 6 years. And you've been liking photos from when she was 12, saying that she was cute. I mean, not 12, 15. Do you really think that people are going to let that slide? Do you really think that people are going to gloss over that shit? You pretty much dig yourself in a hole that's impossible to get out. I mean, for God's sakes, Cyrax was defending Chris Chan. And he was doing it as a way to piss people off. And you're pretty much doing the same thing too. Because you want attention. And we're giving you that attention.
I don't understand, you know, if somebody follows me on Instagram, okay, I follow them back and like some of their photos. I don't assume that people are going to take that as anything more than I liked somebody's photos. I don't assume that, because I'll admit, I'm a little bit naive when it comes to the internet. Okay, that's how I got catfished the one time. But I didn't fall for it again, now did I? And I'm not going to. Okay? So the thing, I do learn pretty quick. But the thing is with Adrasdia is...
Oh, now it's Adrasdia.
I think that people are taking advantage of the fact that she has a severe mental illness. She is severely disturbed. She has stated that she's severely disturbed. She has stated that you people are driving her to suicide, but you don't stop. You just keep it up and keep it up and keep it up to make money.
Exactly, Platty. Exactly. He's doing what TT did for Shanny. And do you really think that Adrassi cares if James is virtue signaling her? No! No, she doesn't. She doesn't care. Because she is in her own world, her world of perpetual victimhood. That she cannot look past her. That she... Sorry. I'm just... The bottom line is, she is so consumed with being the only victim. Being a perpetual victim. That she can't even look past what is right in front of her. She can't even look at what's right in front of her. She is so preoccupied with drowning in her own misery, is what I'm trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. I mean, you know how many times Adras has been given an opportunity to help her mental. And a lot of people have suggested her to go see a psychiatrist or a therapist to combat this mental illness. And instead of doing that, he pretty much spat in people's faces and told them the fuck up.
To fall from the tree, and then you spring into action. And that's what happened with me. Okay, you harassed me for years. You used the one thing that mattered to me. And you know that was the one thing that mattered to me. You had to figure out...
The one thing that mattered to you was your obsession with Galena. I mean, not Galena, Eliana. What mattered to you was your obsession with Eliana. That's the one thing that mattered to you. And I think it's pathetic that you would say that that was the only thing that mattered to your unhealthy obsession with Eliana. You are sad and pathetic, James. And I've spent 3 hours trying to explain what kind of person you are. And nobody pretty much watches my streams anymore. Or at least because it's still winter and we're still... because daylight savings hasn't begun. So I'm gonna get slow reception. I don't usually get that much viewers until like the summer months when school is out, or when people are taking a day off, because right now people are probably asleep right now because it's from the different... Because most of my followers, most of the are from different parts of the country or different parts of the globe.
Out what it was. For a while you were pretending to be former co-workers of mine, but you found what really mattered to me. You know what really mattered to me, and you tried to destroy my life by turning that thing against me. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter to me, because you can't turn me against that thing. And whatever
Hardly anyone. Well, then again, I don't peak until the later months, probably during the summer, when probably when I do streams, probably around the time when daylight savings starts. Because once daylight savings starts, that's when these sweeps start to pick up.
whatever happens, I'm still me. I accept everything exactly the way it is. I accept that this is not a situation that I have control over. Okay? It's not something I have control over, so I'm gonna let it go. Let it be. You know, there's nothing I can do besides that. But with a Drasdia, there is something I can do about it, and that's the right thing. I can speak up. And I would wish other people would speak up and say, this is not proper behavior. This is not proper behavior to treat a woman like this, and it's certainly not proper behavior to treat somebody that is this severely mentally disturbed like this, that has said she's mentally disturbed.
You know, James, the thing is, she chooses to be mentally disturbed. Nobody told her to stop going to therapy. Nobody's told her to quit her medication. She did that by her own volition. She did that all by herself. No one told her to do that. She did that by herself. So again, it's her own fault that she's in this predicament. That is something you will never understand, James. Or you'd rather choose to ignore because, again, you think this is the way to go, is to defend someone who is beyond help. Kind of like you. And what really turned me on to seeing what kind of person you are is, of course, your videos. And how much you lack self-awareness. Or refuse self-awareness. That you much live in your own fantasy world where you think that you had a chance with Eliana. And you blame everyone else for why you're not well liked. I mean, how many times have we seen you blame Eliana for why she doesn't return your advances? How many times do you try to blame Dayway for influencing Eliana? You have to accept the fact that Eliana hates your guts. And there's nothing you can do or say to change her mind. You're a creep. You'll always be a creep.
That has repeatedly asked people, please stop this. You're trying to get me to kill myself. And then you have people in her comments section telling her to get a rope, telling her to the same things they tell me. You know, this is not proper behavior for people. And then you want to tell me I'm this and I'm that. No, you people are disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, inhuman vermin. You're just... You do not belong in human society. You are disgusting, pathetic, wicked people.
I could say the same about you and a Drasdia. But then again, well, that's gonna do it for now. I mean, hopefully soon I'll get back into the whole YouTube shit. I will get back into the whole live streaming. And hopefully I'll get more traction that way. Because as of now, that's going to be doing it. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for hanging out with me. And I think I went overboard. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. If you like this shit, please hit that like button. Let everyone know you care. And yes, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell notification. And if you feel generous, you can also donate to me at PayPal or Cash App. Both links are in the description, as well as in the chat at the top. Hopefully, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, at an earlier time where people can catch me, so that I can give people more time to laugh. Because I'm going to be doing the happy hour, and maybe I'm going to be doing it on Boomers. But we'll see what happens. I'll be doing a live stream on Friday with Reality Check, and we're going to talk about the recent Mary drama. And you don't want to miss that. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for showing up. That being said, I am Rickzilla, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, folks.